back. Just like that, we are back, and we're now venturing off into our third and final segment for the morning. We've got two esteemed gentlemen in with us. But before that, there is a specific tree in our country that you could use to make various produce. And in to tell us about that, we've got Fred Hunter, of course, from the Belize Red Cross. He got on a Red Cross shirt. We can see that. And, of course, we also have farmer Hector Mat. Guys, good morning and welcome.
Welcome.
Good morning. It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Mr. Hunter, I'm seeing a few products there, but I also, especially during the commercial break, heard that, you know what, it's from one tree.
Yes.
So tell us, what's going on here?
Well, good morning, everyone. I'll give an introduction of how the Red Cross got involved with this.
Now
Yes.
let's hear that.
And we have been, especially over the last 10 years or more, been working on resiliency of the community, not just disaster preparedness and response. And when we're looking at resiliency, we're looking at many aspects of the community where they can help themselves. A big part of it is food security, safe water, enough water is ours. But a big part, and I always ask at the sessions training in the village, who here has a job the day after a hurricane? Looking at livelihoods, you know? And you always hear that the most susceptible ones to hurricane are farmers.
Yeah.
So we started to look what crops can withstand a hurricane? What crops can withstand a drought?
Yeah.
Which crops can withstand a flood? And which of these plants give food, safety for the community? And guess what? It's been sitting here for the last 4,000 years.
4,000 years.
The Mayas used to use it.
The Maya nut. What is the name of the tree?
Brosimum alicastrum. That's the scientific name.
Okay.
Yes.
And what we call it in the community?
Ramon, bread nut, but there's also the breadfruit that has the seeds in it, also called bread nut.
Yes.
And if you notice, this bread nut is a little
Bigger.
It's bigger. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a little fruit
It's a little fruit, yes.
Okay.
versus the other big bread nut.
Okay.
So the tree, some people call it Ramon. Hector, what do you call it in the village?
We call it Ramon also.
Ramon.
Ramon.
Yeah, different countries have different names.
Okay.
Like El Salvador call it Ujuste, Honduras call it Masica, and so it depends on the region.
Okay.
Because of the Mayan ancestry, they had their own communities, you know.
So did you do anything with this tree? Did anybody in the community do anything with this tree before you realized that it withstands hurricanes?
Yeah.
I grew up a cattle farmer, and I remember growing up as a boy, the farmers in Cayo, their cattle were in the pasture, fat, but there's no grass on the ground, it's brown. And the only thing green was the trees growing along the fence line.
Yeah.
And that's they used to cut the branches to, is the bread nut. I mean the Maya nut.
Yeah.
Let's call it Maya nut because it throws a 15 to 20 foot tap root. It's a hardwood tree. It grows 80 feet up into the air.
Wow,
or more.
so it's big.
But no hurricane will blow it down, and it will, when it's green when everything else is brown.
Wow.
Wow.
And it gives.
That's what it looks
So
like.
that's what it looks like on the screen there.
And it gives up
Oh, they're
to
massive.
400 pounds of seed every
Maya
year
nut.
between March and April.
Wow.
So we were looking at a lot of different crops and like that, but this is one that kind of stood out because it's been around. It's a high protein. The Mayas used
It's
to
a
use it
nut?
4,000 years ago. And you can make so many things. Oh, I've had some nice meat hamburger patties made.
From
Delicious.
Maya nut.
Delicious.
What?
I'll
That's what. How
Yeah.
is that different from this? That's peeled.
Okay, this here,
is boiled.
we boil it and we
Oh, you boil it.
We pack it and we put it in the freezers, and we have a whole year of supply.
What? So you could use it after an entire year once you freeze it?
Yes.
Oh
It
my
lasts-
God.
Or
yeah,
you
it's
can
like
dry
that.
it and grind it down to a flour.
So yeah, it has
And you
like
have-
since
okay.
it's boiled, it has like that texture of cooked beans. That's kind of what it's like.
Well, the Mayans used to, my grandmother, I learned from my grandmother, we used to collect these and we used to make patties, meat patties. We used to mix it with an egg and fry it or grill it, and it makes a nice patty.
Really?
Yes, and then, I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
And then
What does it taste like, Hector?
this, to me, it's hard to determine the taste, but I mean, it's something that you can always mix with something else.
It is nice.
Okay.
It is good. It is good.
Can it
Yeah.
be eaten just like that, like right
Yes,
now?
you could tear this piece and taste one if you want. Put
Please,
salt.
I'd
This
love to
is
taste
this
it,
is the
yeah.
straight off the tree
This
version.
is straight out of the tree version.
But it's boiled.
And then
And that's cooked. That's
this
boiled.
and this is the one. The three different products are determined by the different temperatures when you're really roasting. When you're roasting, for example, the coffee will have a higher density of heat because you need to get it
You get to, yeah,
strong
you-
and
a
brown.
black, yes.
And brown, because coffee lovers like something strong.
yeah, strong
Yeah?
coffee.
Yes, and the color and everything. So this is what takes the over coffee.
And then the other one,
The other one is 20% cacao and 80%
Maya nut.
maya nut. This we use it for kids because children, they like chocolate.
Yeah, love chocolate.
So if they love, because kids nowadays, if you tell them you drink something from the forest,
They
they,
don't, yeah,
they,
they won't,
they don't want to hear about that. They want to hear about chips and Coke.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that is what is taking over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we have to
taking over
go.
the
We have
kids.
to go back. We have to go back
To our roots.
to our roots. Tradition is about tradition.
Yes.
It's about life. It's about health.
Yes.
Why were the Mayans so successful in everything, and they were healthy?
Yeah.
Because of what they eat, what they consume.
What they consume.
This thing contains a high percentage of proteins,
Wow.
amino acid, zinc, calcium. The list goes
We go on and on.
long, and
It's a superfood.
I'm a bit amazed and a bit not so happy with the outer world. USA already has it on the market because a superfood. Japan is already buying it from Central America.
Really?
Europe knows about it. The Germans got involved and they made a study of this. And so the universities of these countries in Central America have made studies through other institutions from abroad
To show the success of the Maya nut.
to show the
Well-
success and to show what it contains.
You showed us the coffee, you showed us the chocolate
coffee.
mix.
What's the last
And the
one?
horchata.
Horchata.
Horchata is the
Wait.
main.
All
So
right.
horchata from
Yes.
Maya nut?
Right. You could mix it with
it tastes like almond milk.
yes, like almond
Oh
milk.
wow.
And if you,
Nice,
if
like
you buy one,
Yeah.
if you buy one,
Lovely
pack
flavor.
almond milk and you mix it with this, or soy milk. Oh man, you got it.
Real?
Now-
Protein. I mean, especially for young people like you.
Oh, so that's what it looks
You
like.
know
when you open it.
that do the jogging.
Uh-huh.
Here it goes. I mean,
And I
the
love to do
protein.
that.
I mean, you can't go wrong.
So this is fascinating because you're right. Maya nut is becoming one of these big superfoods in other parts of the world. People are drinking it instead of coffee, and they use it for milk instead of milk. When you realize that this is a resilient plant, that if there's a hurricane that comes around, any farmer will know that this one will survive.
Right.
And you start doing the research to see how healthy it is. What was that like?
I tell you what, the way I feel right now about it, I think every yard in Belize should have a Maya nut tree in the backyard. Because when this tree is mature, 8 years or more, it can give up to 400 pounds of, you saw the seeds, how the
Yeah, the Maya nut.
Yeah.
grow. And once you harvest it, dry it, everything, you have enough food to feed your family for the whole year,
Wow.
at least with basic high protein
High
nutrition.
protein, yeah.
You could powder it down to a flour and store it. And we're looking at resiliency in the community. If everybody learns how to harvest and store, dry their own food, so that they're dependent on themselves, not waiting for somebody to come outside and save them.
This is amazing. I
They-
really.
and it's sitting right here in front of our faces, and we're not recognizing it till now.
Wow.
We should have grown up with this.
Yeah.
But instead, we're chasing foreign foods, foreign lifestyles, everything. And forgetting that we have the best here, and this is a plant that is disaster resistant. It, there's no bugs or diseases or so that affect it. It grows. It's adapted to this environment.
It's a huge tree, though.
And wildlife is adapted to it. It not just feeds humans; it feeds all kind of.
You said that traditionally your grandmother used to use it.
Yes, and I grew up with it.
You grew up with it. What
And
all did she make for you?
Well, we made the patties, and we made the coffee. And she used to mix that one with the corn, because you roast the corn, and you grind it, and you mix it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing.
Is it sweet? Is it bitter? What's the taste like? I wanted to taste one of the raw ones. I'm done with that.
It's
but
cooked.
Yeah.
That one is boiled.
Okay, so it's
Boiled.
boiled.
Yeah.
But is it bitter? Is it sweet? What?
No, it's, to me,
More like potato.
like potato.
All
I
right.
would
Okay.
say.
So is it? Can it be eaten before boil? Like I've got 3 here.
No.
Oh, you're not supposed to. Okay. All right,
Yeah.
man.
And the good part is that this tree is not only resistant to drought, disease, and it provides food, oxygen. I mean, we breathe fresh air. When you go to the Mayan sites, you always hear the monkeys making noises, and they're in their own habitat. It's because the Ramon tree is there. Ramon tree is all over Belize.
I just wanted to ask that.
Well, at least
How do you
in-
detect the tree? Because now I'm skeptical. I want to see this tree, but how do I detect? Okay, that's a Ramon tree.
Well, if you notice in the picture there, from a distance, in the dry weather, you'll see the other trees turning pale green. But the Ramon will stay green,
Dark green.
dark green. He's so majestic.
Yeah.
He's so important that he is above the others.
Wow.
He's been telling you a long time to pay attention, right?
Yeah.
He's talking to us.
Yeah.
He's saying, here am I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry about COVID-19.
Yes. I am here.
I have learned, and I used to always consume it at the farm, but thanks to COVID-19, I start 100% with a friend from El Salvador. She came, she brought some university people to teach us about grafting and other things, right?
Yeah.
And she couldn't go back to her country because of the COVID-19. So, God always talks to us too in different ways. Sometimes he will not come and tell you, I don't know what your name is.
John.
He will not come and tell you, John, there's a program called Open Your Eyes. He will not come and tell you, open your eyes more, John, I'm here. I mean, let's open our eyes more and let's pass this to our generations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's plant these trees that will provide food, will provide medicine. The leaves are also a medicine. It provides so much. It's there in Mother Nature. God has given this to us. We must take advantage of what we have. You have other countries in Europe, Japan, USA, that will want to have these in their backyard.
And they're not able to get it.
I
in the
have one
backyard.
tree in my backyard over 100 years.
Oh, wow.
It gives me 200 plus pounds every time I go collect.
Of Maya nut.
Of
Every
Maya
time.
nuts, right there in my
But-
backyard.
And how often does it produce?
It produces from
Once a
March
year?
and April. Yeah.
March and
March
April.
and April.
2 months.
2 months at a year.
So
it
you get
produces.
enough in that harvest to last you the entire year
yeah.
of production.
So this is what we have to tell Belize. We have it there.
Yeah.
And all it contains, I mean the basic things that your body need. I mean, it will boost up our immune system. I personally live at the farm. I can get used to this thing here, but
That's
I live out
okay.
there. This does not exist for me.
Yeah.
I eat what we
What we
grow
produce.
there.
Yes, what we grow.
The papayas, the grown foods, and everything, and this blends in with all this. It's like you need meat. Okay, this is the meat.
That's the meat.
And all you're pumping in You're pumping everything into your body that your body needs.
So you season it just like it's a meat.
Like a meat,
know.
you put seasoning, it adapts to what you want to.
The flavor that you want.
It
Okay.
adapts to any flavor.
And then you just add the nutrients.
You want to put an egg, or you want to put anything.
You could do that with that.
You could do that.
Nut.
And then add, just pretend it's meat.
Yeah.
You've got your products there. You've got the coffee, the chocolate, and now the horchata as well. How long have you been into this business? And was it you, okay, Mr. Hunter? Was it? Tell us about those.
I just wanted to add that there's also the flour for baking to make a bread out of it.
Oh.
That's the one.
So you use it as
You
an
have it here too?
alternative. It's over
somewhere
there. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
All right.
back there. But,
Yeah.
but the
So you can make
horchata
flour
too,
out of it.
You could mix it.
And
This
the
is also
reason,
flour too.
and the
It's a
reason they
flour
call
too.
it a Maya nut because in the Mayas in the olden days they used to grind the corn, and the flour they used to store it in underground in caves.
Yes,
that
yes.
it's
There's a
right
Maya
temperature.
fridge that they stored things. Yes.
Right.
When they started to analyze this corn, they realized it was 50% corn and 50% Maya nut. 4,000 years old.
Yeah. Now, you said very clearly this is a part of the project coming out of Red Cross to help people recognize in disaster prone or communities that are at risk for disasters to find alternatives that will keep them through even the toughest of times.
Right.
How do you assist farmers with creating these products? What's the relationship here?
No, right now, we started in Harmonyville, which is across Beaver Dam Bridge going into Cotton And the group there, they were the ones that identified the Maya nut as a tree. They wanted to, for climate change adaptation, to reforest the creek side. And they said, well, it's been used in Mexico, Guatemala, Salvador, Honduras. It's being pushed, and they would like to use that tree. And then when we started to look into it, it says, yes, and this has been around. And then I remembered from my personal experience as a cattle farmer growing up as a boy, how popular it was back then. A lot of the trees have been cut down since then, and which is a pity. But then from there, because we were looking at all kind of native crops that were, we're looking especially at palms, coconut trees, because the palm trees they resist the hurricanes a lot more, and it's a sustainable crop, and adapted to the tropics, adapted to our weather, environment, etc. So that's how that was born. And then we contacted, we found out that Mr. Mar had been promoting this product from way back. He had it packaged already.
You were already making these.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what we're doing, we set up a nursery at Harmonyville. There's a group of 17 farmers. They'll be planting their own for their own use, but at the same time, they'll be planting the Maya nut in bags, seedlings that they can sell to the public.
Wow.
So, and we would like to set up nurseries like this in the 6 districts, so that anybody can come up and buy the little Maya nut tree and go plant it in their backyard, or come and buy 100 Maya nut trees and go plant it in their farm. Whichever way they want to go. But because this can also become an alternative income.
Yeah.
And we believe in the future,
Especially if it won't be susceptible to things like hurricanes or major storms. You said your tree's with you for 100 years?
And then if Japan and Europe and the US, everybody's buying it, I believe this can become a foreign exchange earner.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it will help the country overall, not just in disaster situation, but just in livelihood. And it's gender inclusive. The whole family can participate in this project. It's so many benefits to complement. And I'm sure that we have a lot of other plants in Belize that we need to promote the same way. But this is like the flagship.
Yeah. What's it like, since you have been working with the nut for so long, and now you hear people starting to invest and want to grow the business? What's it like for you to see that other people are catching on?
Yeah, well, I've been working over 7 years on this project, and as usual, Belize has to know more about it. You have to educate the people, but them embarking in what we're doing. it gives me more courage. Plus, they're buying thousands of seeds from me, so I'm making some money already. You know? Why not? You know what I mean? They buy the products, they love it.
We're
For the
distributing to
Yeah.
farmers
So,
and
so
wow.
trying to
I have
encourage other
like
people.
500 trees, plants already.
Nice.
We put 1,000, but they bought a great number of it already.
Already.
And I'm giving out to all my neighbors in the village.
So they can plant their own.
They planting it. I'm giving it free.
Wow.
But who wants to buy? I sell it for $5
Per tree, per seedling,
tree.
yes.
Yeah. So it's there, and the product I sell it like for $10 Belize for half a pound. But this is a concentrate.
Okay.
You have to understand that the concentrate gives you 80 cups of coffee.
So
Oh,
that's
wow.
right
80
there.
coffee. This is very
Let me
strong.
see.
This is very strong. This is heavy duty stuff.
But it's decaf. It's not with caffeine.
No caffeine, no gluten. You just
No
mix.
gluten. Everybody loves gluten-free. All right.
Yes. This is the superfood. Yes.
So it's you mix
Amazing.
the coffee Ramon with hot water or milk. That's it.
That's
Half
it.
a
And
teaspoon.
it tastes like coffee.
It tastes like coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not coffee, but it
But
tastes like coffee.
Like coffee. Right. It's a perfect drink. I mean.
So which one is the most popular? You have the coffee, the cocoa,
mix,
and you
yeah.
have the horchata, and you have flour.
Well-
Which one?
Well, it's hard to tell because if you notice, I only have like 6 bags more.
Yeah.
Let me see
Some
the
people
horchata.
just
People
go
just
crazy
buy
for
it.
everything.
For everything.
They just want everything, you know.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's the thing.
yes.
And
it's so refined.
the important part of this is that we getting the families together, and the families, they go pick up. We pay them so much per sack, and they go pick up the Ramon. So the whole family are already being part of this whole thing.
1 teaspoon of coffee, Ramon, 1 cup of water or hot milk, sugar to taste. That's it.
That's it.
This is
No, nothing added.
fascinating.
This is
No
amazing.
preservatives. And this thing could be on the shelf for 5 years. It doesn't catch. It doesn't catch. Listen, the beauty of this. It doesn't catch. It could be on the shelf for 5 years. It doesn't catch no kind of insects,
or nothing like
no mold, no nothing. I mean, once it's dried
There you go.
Wow.
to capacity, it's good.
And the thing is, we found other people, and because they're using it, the homemade dryers, using an old metal zinc, you paint it black, you put a little wooden frame around it and a plastic cover on it. It actually warms up to 140 degrees Fahrenheit in there, just with the sunlight.
In the sun.
And you can dry this in 4 to 5 days, and then use your Lee hand grinder where you fasten onto your kitchen
Yeah.
counter,
Yeah.
grind it down into a flour, and store it. Store it for the next 5 years. Talking about homemade
Amazing,
food
amazing.
security.
And what are the health benefits that you said?
It's a high protein. It has a excellent amino acid and vitamin mineral spread.
Yeah.
It's like I said, the Maya used it
It's
as their
gluten-free, which people love.
protein to the carbohydrate of the corn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
So
Okay, so Ramon Maya Food, and this is from Maya Spring Farm. Are you the only one making these products in Belize?
Yes.
far.
For
So
now.
far,
For
yeah.
now, for
Yeah.
now, yes.
And where do you normally sell them?
Well, I was going to Blue Moon, and it was selling.
To
But
Blue
since
Moon.
Where is Bloom?
The
Yes.
Blue Moon is in Belmopan,
Okay.
Okay.
by the Blue Moon restaurant.
Okay.
There's
Oh,
there-
yes. By the roundabout.
Right.
Uh-huh.
That's where we used to.
So
go.
you sell them there, and
Yeah, but no, we don't go. Not just because of the COVID, but people are visiting the farm now.
okay, which is a good thing. They get
It's
to
a
see
good thing because
firsthand.
people come to see the first time, and they want to see the tree, they want to see the nursery, they want to see everything. And so
Wow.
we right there we make the patties and the drink, and they like that experience. So we getting people
So that's a plant-based.
Yeah.
You could make plant-based meat out of it.
Yes.
That's what you're doing with
organic,
that.
fully organic.
Well, we need some Maya nut burgers because if you got the flour,
Yeah.
you got the patties,
Yeah.
then man,
Yeah, we
The-
do.
the
We do.
pat-
That's
the
what they're
patties-
doing. That's what they're doing at the
the
farm.
patties taste excellent.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it's a lot better than tofu.
Okay. I'll take your word for that for sure.
He's into it. He's.
He likes it, yeah.
He's
So
into it.
what? How come the sudden interest in the farm? What
Yeah,
changed?
Yeah.
Pardon?
You said you'd been doing this for a long time, and
Yeah.
before you used to bring the products, but now people are going to
I
you.
was doing it for
Yeah.
a long time for myself.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But since the COVID came in, I start selling it,
Okay.
marketing it, and
Yeah.
people are
People are buying it.
into
Healthy food.
healthy food
Yeah.
for
yeah.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good
Well,
thing.
so do you have like well, I'm not sure as to, because people will want to see more of this. So how
Just
can they
numbers.
contact you and what can they do to get to see it?
Well, my number is 665-2508.
2508. You know, you do
665.
social media, anything on social media, any pictures that people can actually see it online before they go there?
I guess you have pictures and
You can
in
Google
WhatsApp or
the
so. You go Google
Maya
Okay.
Mayanot.
If you Google Mayanot, you'll see
Mayanot.
how,
Just to
how
use
it
up-
is
yeah.
a
buzzing.
lot of
Yeah.
Okay.
material.
Or you could Google Uhuste from El Salvador, because the lady that has a business there, she is in Belize now.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
helping me out with this project. Yeah.
All right.
Well, you know, and we gotta say, Hector only has 6 left. He came here with 6. So if you
Oh, my
want to
goodness.
pick up one of either the cacao, the ground
ground-
ramon seed, or the
or-
coffee, you can call him and try to get one of these bags today.
Even horchata, and I love horchata.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the horchata.
Yes.
Me
That is
too.
good.
I'm sure it must be delicious because you said it's roasted, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. It says preparation for atol: 1 tablespoon of grind ramon, half liter of milk, 1 liter of water, and sugar to taste.
That's it.
And tada, you got your horchata.
Perfect. Perfect drink.
Excellent.
And for the seedling program, Mr. Hunter?
We're trying to get funding so that we can start to set up nurseries. We're already setting up the one at
Harmony.
Harmonyville. That's almost finished.
Okay.
The hub here in Belize City, we'll be doing the, setting up a greenhouse and a nursery as well. Not just for the Mayanot, for a host of plants.
Yeah.
We're promoting like people to change their crops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make, pick more resistant crops better adapted to the tropics, and that will give them a better livelihood.
Yeah.
A lot of people are not realizing that a lot of the local crops actually will give them a better return on their work than a lot of the crops that they're doing right now, the traditional crops like corn, rice, beans, lettuce, tomatoes. There's a lot of other, like the ground foods and a lot of fruits, and so that will actually give them better results.
All
And
right.
we're trying to promote that countrywide, but we need, like I said, we need to. I would like to tackle every district at the same time. but
Yeah.
we-
Yeah.
We have to take baby steps.
Well,
All right.
the show's called Open Your Eyes. You definitely opened my eyes to something
Yes,
I
you
did
did.
not know about Mayanot until we knew you guys were coming on the show. And clearly, it's a secret you've been holding on
Yes.
to too long, Hector.
Yeah.
Now the secret's
Now the
out,
secret's
right?
out. Senor Hector, thank you so very much for joining us this morning. Senor Hunter, thank you as well.
Thank you.
This definitely opened our eyes, and I'm sure you'll be getting those folks who definitely will be looking into getting themselves some Mayanot.
Right.
Thank you guys so very much for visiting this morning.
And
Thank
that
you very
number,
much.
once again, is 665-2508.
All right. Well, we're about to take our final break in the morning. When we come back, we'll be wrapping things up. Stay with us. We'll be right back.